Yes, please. Please, the mic, please. Thank you.
Asha from the Mail.
Yes.
Actually, just to make it clear for the regarding the black box earlier. So do we have information that the black box has already been located or who is possessing it now?
I heard about it, but yet to be verified.
The reports on the pro-Russian separatists having it now and they're bringing it to Moscow for examination and all?
All this will be verified because we only heard from them. Officially, we didn't receive any notes from the Ukraine authorities because the investigation authorities is under the Ukraine authority. They set up a commission. As I mentioned just now, I've contacted Dr. Sri Hanifah Aman, the Foreign Minister of Malaysia. He has contacted the Foreign Minister of Ukraine, and they have given the assurance they will safeguard the corridor, a safe corridor for us to move into the area. And they are negotiating the rebels to ensure that the site is intact and all records will be protected.
So we are still verifying if there's any truth to this now?
Yes.
Okay, next question, please. Yes.
Dr. Sri, Zurin from the Star, Dr. Sri.
Yes.
Any arrangement or plan with the remains of the passengers, whether to Malaysians or whatever their nationality is?
Yeah, as I've mentioned in my statement just now, MAS have arranged 40 staff to fly to Amsterdam today so that we can take care of the next of kins at Amsterdam. At the same time, in Malaysia, MAS also set up a special committee to take care of next of kins. Oh, whatever the remains, that will be, because we are sending a smart team, I mentioned just now, we are sending in a smart team to retrieve the remains as well as whatever record that we can get. No, that will depend on the request of next of kins. Yeah.
Okay. Last question from locals, please.
Hi, Dr. Sri. This is Sulin. I'm a reporter from Malay Mail Online. Is it true that MAS is trying to save fuel and money by taking shorter routes over Ukraine?
It's not true, and as mentioned just now, that it has been over many years that we have taken the same routes, and there are also many other countries taking the same routes. I mentioned just now, 15 out of 16 countries taking that routes. In fact, during that period of time, there are also many other aircraft using the same routes. Even during that period of time, there are many other aircraft using the same routes. Yeah.
All right, we'll now open to internationals, okay? Yes, please, and this one will start with you, sir. Could you please introduce yourself?
My name is Mille Gaarshagen from Dutch newspaper NRC Handelsblad and Dutch television RTL News. I have two questions. First question, can you go into details with your cooperation with the Dutch authorities? And my second question is, this is the second horrible disaster that has struck Malaysian Airlines in half a year. How do you see the airline going forward in the future?
My Prime Minister have contacted the Dutch President, Prime Ministers, and they have several discussions. And I personally also contacted the ambassadors of Netherlands in Malaysia. So we will give the fullest support to the next of kins and any assistance needed by the families.
Second question about Malaysia Airlines moving forward after two disasters in a short time?
Oh, that will be a separate issues. I'll just focus on MH17.
Yes, please. The gentleman is standing.
Hi, John Sparks from Channel 4 News in the UK. Some airlines have decided to reroute their aircraft around Ukraine. Do you accept now that a terrible mistake has been made by allowing MH17 to pass over Ukraine?
As I mentioned many times, that this route is an approved route by the ICAO. 15 out of 16 Asia Pacific countries using these routes. And since approved routes, and we are using this route unless we are given other notice. So over the times, we are not given any notice on this.
Hi, I'm Junkiat from Aviation. I have two questions. First is that I know you mentioned the route is an approved route, but there's a war going on there. Do you think it is wise to actually fly the plane over? Second question is, do you intend to fly the family members over to Ukraine?
As I mentioned just now, the approved routes is the safe routes, and most of the country are using this route. So the next question, whether we will send the next of kin to Amsterdam or Kiev, and that will we don't have this plan.
I'm from Malaysia Airlines. At the moment, we do not have a plan to fly the next of kin to Kiev. We will comply with the next of kin on the repatriation requirements that they would like us to oblige. No, we will not be flying them to Kiev.
Okay, we'll go to the next questions. Right here. Yes, please. Lady, thank you.
My question is also about...
Excuse me, could you...
Samantha Hawley, I'm from the Australian Broadcasting Corporation. My question also goes to the route. You just said that it was said to be a safe route. Well, it surely wasn't. Many airlines in the world have chosen not to fly that route because of safety concerns, including Qantas. Will you take any responsibility for putting passengers' lives at risk and for the deaths that have occurred?
I have mentioned, and I would like to reiterate, that is an approved route, and some other airlines who didn't take this route, they have some other destination. You must understand Malaysia, Amsterdam, Malaysia, London, that routes we have taken these routes for a long time. Many years we have flown this route. So I think since it's an approved route, it is safe, and that's the reason why we are taking these routes.
All right. Here. Could you?
Hi, this is Kate Hodel from the Guardian newspaper from the UK. Can you please confirm that there was no mayday that was issued from the cockpit of the plane? And if that's true, can you indicate what that might possibly mean about how the plane may have been shot down? Would it have been shot down from the cockpit first, which would indicate that they had no time to issue any kind of warning? Thank you.
I don't have any information on this.
Yes.
We don't receive any distress signal from the cockpit.
All right. Hello. Hold on.
Melissa from Channel Malaysia. Well, if you insist that it's a safe route that you've been flying all these years, why is Malaysian Airlines now saying that they'll take an alternative route? Would you have taken it before and prevented this?
No, after this incident, ICAO suggested a different route. They have closed this route after the incident. Now ICAO have closed this route and they're taking another route.
So right now, you're still flying that route?
No, now it's closed. The route is closed.
All right.
So we are flying another routes.
We'll go to the next question. Yes, the gentleman at the back there, please.
Dear Minister, my name is Dong Jin. I'm from China Central Television. So actually, we don't know if the captain has sent some message to someone before the attack. So right now, please can you confirm the flight was on the correct route before the attack? And we also want to know if it is, why? What's the reason?
Now, as I mentioned just now, there's no distress call, and it's confirmed in the right path. We are in the right route, at the right path.
Okay. Last question from here, please. No. Mr. Mani, hold on. Yes, please.
Because Mani from Global News. So, how long or how many days do you think that we will have access to go to the crash site and do whatever things that we need to do.
No, we are dispatching the smart team today, as I mentioned just now in the statement.
Will they be given immediate permission to go to the crash site?
We are going to the cave now, and from there they will move to the crash site. So because we get assurance from the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ukraine, they will create a safe corridor for us to move to the crash site. So that is the assurance given by Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ukraine. The authority, the European authority, will discuss the rebels groups. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen.
Just one final question.
All right, one final question from you, sir.
Sri, CNBC. If the black box, if it does transpire that the black box has been dispatched to Moscow by the separatists, what's the next step then?
The investigating authorities under Ukraine authorities. So Ukraine authority would have to take up these issues.
And do you think that this is a willful act of terrorism or a miscalculation in the fog of war?
Now all these speculation, or I would say that whatever facts given now, we have to verify first.
All right, with that we conclude this session for today. Thank you very much, gentlemen. We'll meet again. You'll be informed.